I was kind of hesitant about going live, um, just because of the energy that I'm in, and I'm kind of going through it a little bit, but it's all for my greatest good, and I just feel like I just want to usher in. There's something about this full moon, guys. There's something about this full moon. This full moon is going to be one to remember. Yes. Oh, I know my howl isn't as powerful as it was last year, but I'm howling with you guys. Okay? But and I feel like we should howl at the moon tomorrow. I do. I feel like I'll have to dig really deep. But I just want you to know that I'm with you guys. There is a lot of heavy energies in the collective. There is a lot of crown chakra and heart chakra awakenings, throat chakra awakenings that are occurring right now, which is going to impact our lives forever. There are things that are occurring and will occur collective that will change you forever. And they align you, to your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, even for your ascension. Like about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was really struggling with a lot of the rage and like how my heart was still so heavy after all of the ascension work and the healing work I've done. And I took my matters to the Lord, as I always do. And God brought in a heart chakra awakening I could have never fathomed. And I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to get all emotional. For those of you on Patreon that I shared it with, thank you. Thank you for all of your love and support and just embracing me in one of my most vulnerable times. And it's not that I don't want to get vulnerable on here with you guys, it's just that I don't want to go back into that energy, in the sense of just it's taken me a couple of days to gain my emotional stability back and to just heal from my own heart chakra awakening and process everything my heart chakra awakening has shown me. We talked in the last reading about the towers that are happening, have happened, happening to people currently, are going to happen, or have already happened in the recent past, and how they are aligning us to what we want. And the heart chakra awakening that I got was from a tower. And it was very dark and it was very painful, but it opened my heart to release what I didn't know how to. So if my energy seems a little docile or a little low, it's actually not low. I have a lot of energy, and I am just still trying to process what has happened to me personally, but simultaneously process the collective energy that we're all experiencing in the very unique shape, forms, and fashions that we are. So there's something about this full moon collective. It is impactful. It is enlightening. And I don't want to sound dramatic, but there's something about you guys looking back in weeks, months, even years to come, and there's something about this month, this part of the year, the beginning of 2024. You might refer to it as the wolf moon. We just came out of the hunter full moon, and now we're into the wolf moon, and you're just never going to forget it. There's something unforgettable about what is going to occur, what has occurred, and how it aligns you and how it changed you. So I did a reading on Patreon, and I uploaded it today about the wolf full moon and just kind of how it's going to affect everybody in different ways and stuff like that. So For those on Patreon, you guys can look at this as an extended. And for those of you, if you want an extended from this reading, this Wolf Moon reading, it is available on Patreon, okay? But we are going to pray, all right? I'm going to put some more frankincense on the burn, and we are going to get into how this full moon, this wolf full moon, is going to impact the collective. All right? I love you, Angel Gang. I love you guys wholeheartedly, and I'm with you. I do this journey with you. We are ascending together, and we are going to make it through the tunnel. That was another message I shared on Patreon this month about the light at the end of the tunnel. And some people could see it, and some people couldn't. And for those of you that cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, please do not give up. Okay? I don't care what it is, your dreams, your aspirations, your life. Please do not give up. Okay? Seriously, it's not a game. I don't do this for entertainment purposes. Okay? I do this like our lives are on the line. And I just want to apologize to you, Angel Gang, if I wasn't helping you in making your heart light as a feather. And this is really serious. Okay, I need you to just hear me out for a second. We're going to pray, we're going to get into the cards, but I need you to hear me because I have a responsibility as a healer to help you ascend. And I just feel like some of the messages that I've channeled, not just over the years, but recently, because I had such a heavy heart and my own wounding and pain that I just couldn't release to save my life. I wasn't supporting you guys in helping your hearts become light as a feather, releasing the pain and the anger and resentment and fueling this narrative of, karma coming to collect. And not that that's wrong. It's not wrong. But because of what I experienced, I don't care about the karma that anyone is going to receive for anything they ever did to me. I know they are going to receive karma. We all do. And karma is to teach us. It's not to abuse us. It's not to break us down. It's not. And I know sometimes that's what we want. We want the people who hurt us to be broken down and to feel the pain 10 times more and to suffer. But just know, for your trespasses against others and the trespasses against yourself, God doesn't want that for you. God doesn't want to destroy you. God knows why you don't live in your best interest, why you hurt whoever you hurt, why you failed yourself. It's all rooted in pain. There is so much fucking pain. And I could feel it. My heart bust open. Pure darkness bust my heart open. And I don't have no more resentment. I don't have that. And to anyone who's ever hurt me, may God have mercy on your soul. Because I know that any hurt that I've ever received from someone, anybody who ever broke my heart had a broken heart. Anybody who ever lied to me lives in the darkness and is scared. Anyone who's ever deceived me deceives themselves every day. God, forgive me for my heavy heart and any messages I gave to the collective that didn't support them in releasing this burden. Release the burden of karma to the Creator and the Most High and ground yourself in what you deserve. Your pure heart, your love deserves. The people who hurt you, pray for their healing because they need it. The worst, the people who hurt you the most need the most fucking healing. I swear to God. And if you ever love somebody, if you ever really truly love them, I don't care what they've done to you, you will always love them, I'm like shaking right now. You will always love them. And please don't let it be their death that teaches you that. because I have learned that painful lesson several times, and I can't afford to learn that in that way again. So with that being said, collective, we're going to pray and we're going to get into these cards, and we're going to see how impactful this full moon is going to be, because it will be. Okay? It will be. And I just want you guys to know that I love you and I do this ascension journey with you. Not ahead of you, not behind you, with you. And I love you with my whole heart, and I appreciate all the love you guys pour into me and this channel. And thank you for building this with me. Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guides, Guardian Angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. God, please give me the strength to do this reading with my whole heart. All right, collective, let's get into these cards. I miss you guys. I love you. All right? And just know that if you are struggling right now, you are going to make it through it. And God is going to help you to release the burden, which is the rage and the anger and the pain, which is warranted, collective. You guys have gone through some shit. Okay? You guys have gone through a lot of shit. But your anger and your resentment and your pain, it doesn't serve you, and it doesn't bring in karma. It only brings in karma for you. You don't want to be an energetic vibrational match to all of the darkness that you experienced, and your rage and your resentment and your anger will. Release it to God and trust. Trust in your justice, trust in your peace, trust in your own healing and everything that comes from it. But anyways, let's see how this full moon is going to impact the collective. Okay, so the first card we have is the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, you could impact somebody very deeply because of how you express yourself. For some of you, somebody anticipates you not being the Knight of Cups. So if this is somebody coming to you with an open heart and an open mind, they might not anticipate how you are willing to receive them. Somebody could be anticipating your harshness, your coldness, your rejection, and I think with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands, I don't think that's the case. Collective, you could be really shocked by how you respond to somebody that you are really angry at. I feel like you could have anticipated somebody coming to you in an energy that they're not coming to you. So if you had like a beef with somebody, or you had some kind of resentment or anger towards somebody, I think that you'll be really shocked by how they come to you, and it's not in the energy that you anticipated. So this full moon might actually impact your heart chakra as well, but in this message, it's going to impact you because of the tenderness, the tender approach somebody takes to you, the tender words they share to you. Somebody might open up to you about what they're going through, and you could have been judging how they're behaving and how they're acting, but when they open up to you, or somebody can come to you and share this about somebody else. But I'm reading it as if this person's coming directly to you, but that might not be the case. Somebody might come to you and be like, you know, so-and-so is going through A, B, and C, and it can get you to kind of disarm you in a sense. And when I say disarm, I'm not talking about dropping all your guards. And, you know, a lot of us in the collective had to learn not to love people at the expense of ourself. So I'm not saying drop your guard and now love other people at the expense of yourself, but I just feel like it can drop your guard in the sense of, if somebody were to tell you so and so is going to reach out to you, or if somebody brought somebody up to you, you maybe had like a negative energy towards them. But I feel like you might find something out about this person, or they may share something with you that gets you to kind of feel like, well, damn, like my heart's opening up, or I feel sorry for them, or I'm not going to exchange the negative words that I thought I was going to. So this full moon can open up your heart chakra and have you and make you have sympathy for somebody that you didn't. Can see somebody, you could have seen somebody as a threat or an op or an enemy, but this full moon can actually impact you to open up your heart chakra, and you might look at this very differently, you know, and see this person as, they're not an op, they're not an enemy, they're wounded, they're broken, they're sick. Excuse me, Prav, what gender am I? I'm a female, but I'm balanced in my feminine and masculine energy. So if you are confused about your gender and your identity, that can be something that you open up to the collective about and seek help with, or you can go take that up with the Lord. But I'm not in the mood today. Okay? I don't know if this is the place for you. And if it's not, that's probably because you're lost. And I have sympathy and compassion for how lost you are. May God have mercy on your soul. Some of you guys might be very impacted by somebody you don't know and how they express themselves to you. Okay? Some of you are being asked to share your heart, have sympathy and compassion, and this could be very, very hard because not your shadow, okay? Because your shadow understands. Your shadow can see through somebody's action and see the pain that they live with, okay? Your shadow can look right through somebody and be like, you're in pain, you're broken, you're wounded, and then your higher self, that energy will be alley-oop to your higher self, and your higher self will have compassion for them, even if you have created boundaries to not deal with them, none at all. But your ego, okay? Your ego might take somebody's energy at face value. And I just feel like your shadow could actually enlighten you to somebody's pain and wounding. And I feel like the universe is getting you or asking you to have some kind of sympathy and compassion for somebody. Okay? And I think I just see this as being caught off guard. There's a lot of this energy with the full moon about these experiencing things you have never experienced before. So you could be quite uncomfortable and feel overwhelmed, and your ego could be trying to tell you that you're not prepared and you can't handle something because your ego feels very well versed in what it is accustomed to dealing with and being exposed to. Okay? But your shadow and your higher self, the authentic parts of your soul, are up for the challenge of these new experiences that this full moon is going to bring, and it will be carried out throughout this entire year. 2025 is going to be a very impactful year collectively. There's going to be mass change, but we already know that collective change occurs on a very, on a micro level first. So it's so within and then so without, right? So I just feel like all of this micro change that's occurring to everybody on an individual level is going to bring about a massive change in 2025, meaning you can see it on a worldly scale. We'll never live the same again. Mark my words. I don't consider myself a prophet, but if there's anything that I prophesize, 2025 is going to mark a new way of living on this earth, especially in these matrix societies. America, Canada, the US, major metropolises. We're going to see a massive culture shock and change. And it didn't happen overnight, but it may seem like that in 2025. It started with the individual. So I just feel like this change is already occurring, okay? And Aquarius, yes, we are in the season of Aquarius, and that's why there's all this awakening energy happening. There's all this really deep healing occurring. Okay, there's also a lot of telepathic connection happening. So there's a lot of things that are going to manifest that somehow you heard it. So you could actually have a conversation with somebody and be like, I heard this. And this is Aquarius energy supporting you and being able to telepathically connect with your surroundings, the people around you. I mean, it could be the animals and the fucking trees, but I'm just saying, like, you're gonna know if somebody is coming to you and they're sharing their emotions with you, you heard this, you felt this. This is Aquarius energy telling you that you're connected. You are already connected to what's coming towards you. There could be a lot of things in Aquarius season that you already were getting signs and synchronicities for, and they occur in Aquarius season. But what Aquarius season is really showing you is that you heard it and you telepathically connected to it first. Okay? But there is this whole year, but there's something about this wolf moon that is going to trigger experiences that are brand new. And don't let your ego tell you that you're not prepared for them, because your higher self and your inner angel and your inner demon have been aligning. They came into union and they created the yin and the yang, and they are prepared for any new experience that's to come. And for some of you, it could even be really terrifying, because these could be experiences that have never come in, meaning you go to your parents, you go to your siblings, you go to your grandparents, they never experienced this before because they were never on this timeline. They might not have ever made it to the Y paradigm. Collective, you've made it to the Y paradigm. And if you haven't made it there yet, you are probably in one of your darkest periods, because it is always darkest before the dawn. And your X paradigm is always going to attack you the most when you're the furthest away from it, when you're the closest to leaving it behind for good. Meaning you're not going to live in the vibration that you lived in the past. You just won't. You're not going to function. And if you're not living and functioning that way, that means you're not going to bring the same experiences to you. Do you understand? You're going to bring about new experiences, and that's what this year is going to show you. And somehow this wolf moon is going to mark that for you. Okay? So when these new experiences, and they're really your manifestations, collective, you ask for them, so they're not a shocker. What's a shocker is the shock to your system, the shock to your ego. Okay? That's what's a shocker. But if you allow your higher self to lead you, it's going to tell you you have been preparing for this for many, many years. Some of you, many lifetimes. These are brand new experiences to you. Okay? And you are prepared for them. This is in career. This is in romance. Some of you guys are really going to fall in love and be in healthy relationships, and you can't go to your parents and your family because they haven't manifested those relationships before. You can't even go to your friends on your own timelines. You're going to have to manifest new friends, or some of you already manifest these new friends and they're a lot healthier, and they are to help and support you in the new healthy relationship that you bring into your life. You've never experienced this before. It can make you feel like you're not prepared or that you're the toxic one. You are not. You just need to embrace the newness of these experiences, because they bring in new data, new information, and they're going to evolve and transform you in ways you couldn't have imagined. Remember, we talked about in the last reading how these new manifestations are going to come in and they're going to transform you when you were so focused on the transformation that needed to occur to align to these manifestations, without really thinking and understanding how much these manifestations were going to transform you moving forward. Okay? Yes, my new friends are amazing. Those new friends are to actually help and support you with these new experiences that come in. They are an energetic vibrational match to the experiences and manifestations that are coming in that you've never touched. You've never reached this vibration. Okay? So it's a very exciting time, but it can be a little bit scary. It can feel a little out of body. And it's not out of body, it's out of your reality that you've lived for so long. That's what it's out of. And you guys got good at your karmic cycle. You got good at dealing with toxic energies. You got good at maneuvering and ascending past toxic and unhealthy dynamics. You got good at identifying what isn't for you, what is a reflection of lack. But have you guys adapted to what's a reflection of your abundant mindset? What's a reflection of all the love that you have for yourself? I don't know. Okay? But you guys are going to manifest. Dana, I don't care. Shut up. You see, this is the darkness and the mental illness that is going through the collective right now. You found yourself somewhere that is trying to trigger you because I didn't call you. You came here. Allow this reading to help exorcise the darkness that you're living with. Don't come somewhere and tell somebody to shut up. You can leave, but why won't you leave? Because you are dying for this energy, this healing energy, this camaraderie, the peace and the love that we have in this collective. That's why you're here, if you don't know. And if you aren't willing to embrace this, you should leave, because this reading and the love here will only trigger you more than you're already triggered. Your mental illness will consume you. It will. And I know that. Anybody on Patreon who saw the reading I did, I know that. My own mental illness wished that the people who hurt me, I said it, the people who hurt me are going to go mud. The darkness is going to consume them. And then I found out that it did. And I was devastated. I wasn't happy. I wasn't excited. I was devastated. And I realized it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with their own darkness they were living out. Okay? So I wish you nothing but peace and blessings. And Dania, may God have mercy on your soul, because that's what you deserve. You see the mental illness collective? Do you see what the lack of healing and ascending could have had you like? Could have had you just like Dana. So just be proud of you choosing a healing path. Be proud that the darkness and the pain that you've experienced don't have you out here looking like her. You understand? Good job. You should be very proud of you guys. You should be very proud of yourselves. Okay? Let's carry on though. It's okay, Dana. I know you're sorry. Just know that you're here to gain healing. Just receive it. Let the love here exorcise the darkness that is inside of you. This is somebody who's struggling, collective, and we can all cuss out Dana, but what if Dana leaves here and goes and kills herself? Huh? What are we all going to say then? Or are we going to cry and feel sorry? Are we going to laugh and say, ha ha ha? No, we're not going to do either of those things. We're going to mourn her. Do you understand? We're going to mourn her. I truly wish her healing. This is a very dark time. The Tower. I'm telling you. You see why I'm not. Usually I would have cussed her the fuck out and we would have laughed about it and ha ha ha. Not after what I just went through. I promise you I'm going to be a better healer. I promise you I'm going to ascend. I promise you I'm going to lead with love, not my hate and my pain and my wounding. I don't give a fuck. I have a responsibility. I claim to be a healer, then this is what I have to go through. This is what I have to learn. You understand? I'm growing with you. I'm ascending with you. We're doing this together. Sila. The Tower Collective. This wolf full moon is going to rock you. There are going to be experiences that happen in this first quarter that are going to change you. You'll never be the same. This lightning bolt's going to crack open your heart chakra. This lightning bolt's going to crack open your third eye chakra to bring you a better sense of understanding to what you could not understand, which is why I'm able to respond to that woman in a way I couldn't before. The Tower taught me that. Some of you guys we had the Tower in the last reading. Some of you guys are just understanding how the Tower served you. Some of you guys are going to go through the tower. This I said brace yourself in the title, because for some of you this wolf full moon is going to bring in the tower, and you will not be the same. Do you understand me? And just understand that this tower is going to align you to what it is that you want and where it is you're trying to go. You want to live. I wanted to live a life of love. I want to be able to love people. I want to be able to receive love. And I was struggling to do that. So the tower came. And yes, it was painful. And yes, it was dark as fuck. But my heart is lighter. And I can love more. I can feel it. And I'm more open. Before I came on live, I was hesitant. I wasn't sure. And one of you guys called me and said, yo, I'm just graduating school, and I just want to appreciate you for everything that you've done to help me in my own journey, my own sobriety journey, and my own ascension journey. You guys lift me the fuck up. You guys have been water to me in the desert. You've been shade in the beating sun. You've been a breeze when I was just claustrophobic and I couldn't get a breath of fresh air. Anyways, I'm still kind of emotional, collective, so just bear with me, okay? Some of you guys have gone through several towers. Okay, shout out from the UK. I love it. I love you guys. I love it here too. I know you guys love me. And the tower I experienced got me to see that more than I ever have in 6 years of doing this work with you people. There were times where I couldn't see the good comments. I could just see the negative ones. My heart couldn't open. And I want love. The fuck? And this tower I experienced is going to align me to it. And I've learned how to create boundaries, and I'm never going to love at the expense of myself ever again. My karmic cycle taught me that. But my karmic cycle also made me cold as fuck. And I didn't know how to shatter the glass, shatter the ice that was surrounding my heart. But the tower did. My heart was in here, and the tower struck it down, and all I had to do was will it and be consciously aware enough that my heart chakra was trapped. And it makes sense, and God doesn't blame me, and God forgives me for where I didn't receive love and where I wasn't able to give it. God understood, but God just needed me to will this freedom of love in my heart, and it happened. I'm going to change before your eyes, collective. You're going to change before the eyes of the people who surround you. Whether you consider them karmics or divine friends, it doesn't even matter, man. We are all divine. But we function from a karmic nature because we're broken. You understand me? God, please give me the strength. Six of Cups. Some of you, this wolf full moon is going to affect your children. It's going to affect your children. Some of you guys, if you're parents, you're going to feel out of control. The tower strikes and you feel out of control surrounding. Some of you guys were loving your children, but at the expense of their freedom. Thank you, Mo. Some of you guys were loving your children, but at the expense of their freedom. And God is going to bring them freedom and ask you to support it and not be afraid. God's going to ask you to trust that you raise these children with the Most High and that you do not bear the burden of raising these children alone. And many of you guys have felt that way. Some of you guys had children as children and didn't have the spiritual aptitude that you had today, and you really felt you bared it alone. Some of you guys were raising children with somebody who passed away, and now you feel like you bear it alone. God's going to show you that you raise these children with the Most High and that you do not bear that alone. That is not a burden you bear alone. For some of you, this tower moment is going to trigger your inner child. This full moon can actually bring some kind of awareness or liberation or some truths to your own inner child. It's almost like some of you guys were neglecting your inner child, you know? It just felt like it was so painful. There's nothing you could do for him. There's nothing you could do for her. Your own inner child. And the tower strikes. And this tower strikes directly on your inner child and illuminates your inner child to you. So this could be a painful and emotional full moon for you. But just know that pain and that emotion aligns you. You guys can't manifest your dreams, your desires, your most creative parts. All of this, your imagination is what creates the life outside of what you have been programmed to believe. Some of you guys are going to be, you're going to create and invent shit. You're going to create shit. You're going to be free in a way that you haven't been. Something about your inner child here, this full moon could be very, very emotional, and these emotions are being purged. They're archaic. They're not just, emotions from last year that kind of got stockpiled. No, these are archaic emotions that are going to be triggered up and purged. Okay? Allow it. Do not suppress it. Do not gaslight. Don't let your ego get in the way and gaslight you into thinking that there's no need to process these feelings. Or that it's the devil. It's not the fucking devil. The devil can't, listen, there's a difference between Satan and the devil, eh? The devil is an angel showing you how dark you really are and how much pain is really there and all the fucked up things that we go out in the world and do because of it. That's what the devil does. Satan is a different league. Satan is the opposite of what we consider the creator. That's why I prayed to the Most High, which is the overarching energy that is a combination of God, what we consider God, which is the creator of life, and then Satan, which is the opposite. It brings in death and destruction. You add them together, and then you get the Most High. Okay? When you speak about the devil and angels, okay? The divine and the devil, okay? They're two sides of the exact same coin. The divine is showing you your divinity, your love, your expansion, your ancient knowledge that lives inside of your soul that surpasses whatever you learned in this lifetime. But the devil is going to show you, the devil didn't do it to you. The devil shows you how you do it to yourself. Do you understand? That's why the devil just sits there and goes, see, I told you. You guys talk about casting out the devil, and the devil shows you all the darkness in you that you need to cast out. That's why nobody's out here casting out the devil. The devil's still around. Showing you, no, you're wounded and this is all the fucked up shit you do. See, look what you did. Look what you did. No different than the divine is trying to show you all the impact and the healing and the love that your love can, all the impact and the healing that your love can do inside of you. Sila. I'm not going to turn off the notifications because they work as confirmations. Thank you to everyone who's joined the live. I appreciate you guys. Then we've got the Page of Cups. It's going to be a very emotional full moon. Shit, I've got to pee. Can you guys wait a second? I need to pee, okay? Just stay right there. I'll be 2 seconds. Okay, guys, sorry, I'm back. Oh my God. I've been purging like crazy. If I'm not crying, I'm fucking peeing. I've been drinking a lot of tea and drinking a lot of water. Heavy shadow work. Thank you guys for liking the video. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Some of you guys might be caught off guard. Some of you guys might be caught off guard because you thought you were gonna have to wait for something, but something's here. Something, I feel like something you were wanting and trying to bring into you. You were waiting for something, but you're caught off guard by its arrival, because some of you guys were still holding on to time. So you were saying to yourself, if it's not here, then it must be far away. Something was a lot closer to you than you thought. There's something that's already around you that you're asking for. It just hasn't revealed itself to you yet. Then we have Strength and the King of Cups. And then we have the Star, Aquarius energy with the World. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you, collective. You've got the Aquarius season is going to mark the end. The World speaks of the successful completion of a cycle, which is what I was trying to tell you about. It sounded dramatic, but it's you're not going back. Things won't be the same. Something is occurring that is going to mark the end of a cycle. I just want to see more about this. Eight of Swords. Yeah, some of you guys are going to be trapped in your mind because you're not going to feel prepared. So wish fulfillment, we've got the Nine of Cups, we've got the Six of Swords, and then we've got the Eight of Swords. But it actually came out like this, where this came out first. Wish fulfillment comes into you, collective, and you are feeling unprepared. You're feeling small in the presence of wish fulfillment because this is a brand new experience. You have never experienced wish fulfillment like this before. Like I said about the relationship, what if you actually, what happens when you actually finally manifest someone who really loves you and is a reflection of your love of self, and it's not temporary and it is healthy, and what happens then? Some of you are so used to unhealthy, toxic relationships that I feel like you are overwhelmed by the actual palpable love and healthiness of the relationship that is coming to you or that you're making your way to. This is moving out of the darkness and going into the light. And I just think you are more focused on this process, the Six of Swords, moving forward, got to get out of the darkness, got to leave the X paradigm behind, got to go, that I just don't feel like you were super aware of how impactful wish fulfillment was going to be to you. Some of you, it's about abundance, material abundance. You've been working and grinding to increase your finances. Some of you guys, it manifests way more than you thought. God's gonna give you the abundance that's gonna fund the life that you have dreamed of. So instead of just wanting money for status and self-assurity, this is manifesting money for the life that you deserve, that you feel your ancestors deserved and didn't get a chance. You focused more on the lifestyle and the freedom and everything you wanted to do with this beautiful experience called life. And now your finances skyrocket. For some of you, it can be quite quickly. If it's not, and it's been gradual, there's a spike that occurs. Some of you guys experienced some kind of financial loss, and you were more focused on the financial loss, and you weren't looking you weren't focused on the balancing out. For some of you, God's going to balance out your finances. So if somebody stole something from you, some of you, somebody robbed a large amount of money from you, and you're more focused on being robbed, that you could be very shocked and even quite emotional of how God replaces that, because God believes in your dreams. Because some of you are like, now I can't do my plans. Now I can't do what I wanted to do. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Now all of a sudden you're abundant and the plans that you always had, they didn't change. Sila. Some of you guys lost your job and you kind of chucking away all the plans. Some of you guys were going to buy a house, you were going to travel, you were going to do this and that, and you lost your job. And the divine is going to replace that job with a job that is able to pay you to fulfill those dreams and some. Because some of you guys had dreams and you're like, well, I won't be able to do those anytime soon. Maybe that's not the case. Remember, time is an illusion. A lot of you guys were stuck on time. You guys were stuck on time. I feel like this wolf full moon is going to show you that you do not run time. There's something that is going to happen faster than you thought. You thought it would take all this time to recover from this or fix this or get back on your feet, and it doesn't, because wish fulfillment comes in. This is a blessing. This Nine of Cups is a blessing to the collective, where you felt like you couldn't have a blessing, that there was no blessing there, that you were bearing the weight of all of the darkness and the struggle, that you were bearing it alone. And this is literally the divine coming in Aquarius season, showing you that you do not bear this burden alone. Even your wishes and manifestations, you don't bear those alone. This is the divine and the ethers working to support you in everything it is you're trying to build for yourself, but you're down here feeling like you have to do it all alone, and the universe is going to show you that's not true. And it can be quite emotional. So for some of you, this tower isn't actually, it doesn't bring darkness into you. For some of you, you're already in the darkness, and this tower is bringing in pure light where you didn't think there would be. You're looking outside, there's pure storm, there's pure rain, there's pure darkness, i.e. your soul, i.e. your circumstances, whatever it is you're going through. And even in that, lightning always shows me that it doesn't matter what it looks like, there's always light. Light can always burst through. That's the divine. We've been on for 48 minutes. Oh my God. Okay. Then we've got the Fool. For some of you, this wolf full moon is going to trigger you to take a leap of faith. Or for some of you, this is somebody taking a leap of faith towards you. I was channeling that in Patreon. There's people that are very, very sure about you. There's somebody who is very sure about you, sure that you're the one that can help them, sure you're the one that is for them. This could be romantically, sure you're the one that can help them get this business off of the ground. So you could be very caught off guard by how sure somebody is about you and having you a part of whatever it is they have going on. Could be their life, it could be their business venture, and you are going to have to decide if you're in alignment with this and if you're just as sure as them about them or the situation, whatever's being presented to you. And I want you to be careful with this sure energy, because somebody being sure about you, if you're not sure about yourself, their surety in you can trump your own discernment. So you've got to be really sure about yourself to know if you're in alignment with somebody else who is very sure about you. You've got to be sure in your abilities to succeed and build and be lucrative and abundant, so that somebody doesn't come in and they're sure that you can make them abundant. If that made sense. If you don't love yourself and you're not sure and solid in your love of self, somebody being sure about how much they love you can get you to bend to their will, even if they're not in alignment, meaning the way they live out love and the way they choose to love isn't in alignment with you. But for some of you, this person and their surety in you is a reflection of your surety in self. So there is going to be some need to use discernment. This wolf full moon is going to bring about things that are going to ask you to take some time to think about it for a minute. Like, go within, not ask everybody in the peanut gallery, because like I said, there are certain experiences coming in collective where where God is going to make you not have to ask anybody because they don't have the experience. Okay, this is a new experience. It's zero. You don't, this is why it feels like jumping off of a cliff, like a leap of faith, because you aren't experienced in this. You haven't done it before, but are you going to give yourself a shot? Are you going to put yourself in the position of the page to learn something new, to gain new experiences so you can expand? Because there's going to be certain things that come to you collective that are going to ask you to take a leap of faith and do something new that you've never done before. Some of you, it's surrounding some kind of travel. Like I don't know what you guys do. Some of you guys do something creatively, or somebody's gonna ask you to do something creatively, but somehow you're gonna have to travel to do it. So like if you're a photographer or something, it's like you might be like, you might have like picked up photography, for example, and somebody engages you and they're sure about you and they want you to take on a project, come travel, and you know, we're going to Bali, come do this, and you're questioning yourself. So what? It's like you don't, you are looking at needing to have experience to something God is bringing in that's going to give you the experience you need. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Some of you guys are a performer. Like you dance or you sing and somebody wants you to perform somewhere and you're like, well, I've never performed somewhere like that before. That's a lot. Like you're questioning your ability to be able to maneuver in a space that you haven't before. Some of you guys, you perform, but you perform at small spots, and you're being asked to perform on a big stage or a big audience. Yes, you don't have experience doing but this opportunity is going to give you that experience. Maybe no, you don't have experience being in a healthy relationship, but this relationship opportunity will give you this experience. Don't be afraid. Don't look at yourself as not being prepared. Your whole karmic cycle prepared you for this. You just not experienced. This is the card of being prepared, the Three of Wands. Collective, you didn't do all of this work to be prepared for an experience that you've already gone through a million times. That's where you guys are caught in the loop. Well, I'm prepared this time to go through that. If I go through that again, I'm going to handle it like this and I'm going to handle it like that. For some of you, that is what you're going to have to go. You're going to have to close out a karmic cycle by taking the energy that you've ascended to and applying it on the karmic cycle. Meaning you're going to make different decisions. You're going to choose you're going to choose love of self, where on your karmic cycle, you could have always choose the love of others. Yes, you are going to be karmically tested to have to choose yourself. And many of you guys are prepared for that. But all of this was to prepare you and give you the skills necessary to embark in brand new, uncharted territory. Many of you guys are going to experience uncharted territory. You're going to be asked to take a leap of faith into uncharted territory. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to go back and just allow your ego to tell you, well, I've only prepared for what I've already experienced? This is the energy of not being the master of one, not the master of many, where you master one thing and then you just stay the master and expose yourself to that one experience, that one lesson over and over again, because your ego tells you that's the only thing that you're prepared and you're skilled enough to do. Or are you going to allow everything you've prepared and you've mastered in this cycle make you the master of many? And you can't be the master of many if you don't humble yourself and put yourself in unknown territory to learn. You guys are going to be brought into unknown territory. I promise you, by the new moon, okay, when the moon looks like this in the sky, there's going to be some new experiences, uncharted territory. I'm ready. Yes, divinely protected. That's the vibes. That's the vibes. That's how, because you can sit here one of two ways. I'm only prepared for what I've already experienced, or I'm prepared for new experiences because of how I was able to work through everything that was thrown at you prior. Because everything that you became a master of was once a new experience for you. Many of you guys were new to all this. When you were a child and you were exposed to all this karmic shit, it was new to you. You inherited it and you got very well versed at it. When you were younger, you didn't know how to love yourself. You didn't know how to say no. You didn't know how to create boundaries. You didn't know how to pick opportunities and align to ones from a place of abundance. You didn't have self-worth. And you learned that. You understand? This new experience is going to teach you. It's a new cycle. There's a new cycle coming up, and the world, Aquarius season is marked by the world. You successfully complete a cycle in Aquarius season. That's why this full moon is very impactful. You're never going to be the same. I love you, Kiana. I love all the love here. Let's just give each other love. We need this right now. There's some very fucking dark energies, and it's the old world. It's an era. It's an entire era lashing out saying, no, we're not done. This is colonialism. This is racism. This is slavery. This is fucking all of the illusions that are projected by powers that be that are no longer powers that be. There's so much on a massive scale that's going, no, it's not over. That is lashing out, trying to rope people back in. Trying to get people to not believe so they go back to what they already know because they feel prepared. I know how to deal with this. No matter how fucked up all this shit is, I know how to deal with it. You understand? But you didn't learn all of that shit to just deal with this for the rest of your fucking life. You didn't learn how to love yourself so that you can just better deal with all of the fucking toxicity that you're exposed to. That wasn't the goal. You understand? You are eventually going to learn these lessons and wrap up a cycle and experience what is now an energetic vibrational match to where you're at now, which is going to be very new for many of you. Okay? All right, so let's go into the Lenormand before we go into the oracles real quick, okay? Breathe in love, breathe out love. It's not, I don't feel like that. I feel like collective, some of you you need to release. The universe is going to help you to release the anger, the resentment, the pain that keeps you heavy. Remember, God said God's going to weigh our heart against a feather. I told you, collective, I was at a blockage in my ascension journey. My fucking heart was the fucking weight of a boulder rock. And no matter what I was doing, I couldn't get it to be light. And the tower struck and helped me with that. So breathe out that energy. Let it go, release it. And it's easier said than done, but if you are struggling to release that, first of all, you can't release it unless you acknowledge that's what it is. And a lot of people don't acknowledge it. They project it on the karmics. But I can hear it. That's why I struggle. There's so many talented readers, but I struggle to watch the readers because they just perpetuate that for me. They just reinforce that. And that's why I apologize to you, collective, if I didn't help you release that burden and I just helped verify for you, yeah, that heavy heart, and yeah, they're going to get it. And yeah, like it doesn't serve you, collective. We're programmed to take everything so fucking personal. But if we actually looked at things for what they were, we would realize that a lot of what we went through was not personal. It didn't have anything to do with us. It had to do with the state of those people at that time. Shadow work needed in the collective, absolutely. We all need it. I'm still going through it. Like I said, I was struggling, but you have to be consciously aware that this is your issue. And you cannot be consciously aware. How can you get that kind of support from the universe to lighten this load if you're not even consciously aware of your own issues and you project your issues on everybody you dated and everybody who ever hurt you? Why, out of all the people who hurt you, why them? Because they were an energetic vibrational match to the pain you already got in you. Maybe their actions weren't an energetic vibrational match to you, but the pain and wounding they live with that got them to live that way and do that to you is what made you an energetic vibrational match to them. And if we cannot be accountable for this, we will not ascend. We won't. And I just started to really become aware of this. And when I gained enough awareness, I asked for the support from the universe. My heart is heavy. I don't want to give love. I'm struggling to give it. I'm struggling to receive it. Even the last reading that I did, it was so cold and kind of arrogant and haha. And how is that going to help? And you guys know I'm always going to be spicy, and I'm always going to be, you know, I'm going to give you guys all parts of me, but when it really comes to this ascension journey and what the fuck we're trying to do, am I really helping? And that's what I had to ask myself. How can I help you with that if I'm struggling with that? And the divine brought in awakening, heart chakra awakening to me. This week, I've cried more in 1 week than I have in a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. I wept and wept and wept. I don't want to live with that heavy heart, yo. And that doesn't change. I'm never going to love at the expense of myself. I'm a warrior. I'm always going to love myself. I'm never going to do it I'm never going to love and care about people at the expense of myself. But my self-love, it shouldn't be, it's like going from one end of the spectrum to the other. I was loving people at the expense of myself, and then I was loving myself at the expense of people. You see? And yes, I wasn't hurting and fucking, doing what was done to me to other people, but I wasn't loving them. No, I have to love myself, so I can't love you. Why can't I do both? I can't because my heart was so heavy, but now when it's light, I feel like I can. I feel like I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to ascend in ways I only dream to, which is going to put me in alignment with all of my fucking desires and the love I seek and my abundance and my greatness. Remember me tell you that. When you see me grow and achieve greatness and love and all this shit, just know that it was because of the awakenings I went through now. Just know that. That it was a result of me releasing the anger and the resentment that I carried with me like a bag of rocks, yo, like a bag of rocks. That's why my back and my neck is always so sore. So much mental illness. And it's just crazy. I can see it. There's so many, there's people who are drawn to us collective and they don't know why. They're telling people to shut up. They're talking about my tits. They're so broken and lost. They don't even know why they're here. So can you imagine they go out in the world and they don't even know how they end up in the fucked up situations, the fucked up relationships, the toxic cycles they're in. They have no clue. No clue. You're going to see more of that, You're going to see way more of that, man. May God have mercy on their soul. Then we've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Some of you guys are going through some drama. And some of you guys are going to be asked to let the drama go, but you're going to be asked to cut certain people off, but it's from a different energy. It's not cutting them off and feeling like a victim. It's cutting them off because you are loving yourself enough to understand that what somebody is going through, you cannot help them with. Do you understand? Some of you guys are going to realize that helping this person is going to be at the expense of yourself. So you're going to pray for them and you're going to let them go with love and understanding, not judgment and resentment and, oh, you're going to get your karma and you're going to fucking suffer for everything you did. Yo, collective. Everything, I put that out there, And when I saw it actually occur, it scared me. I knew the people who were trying to torment me were going to go mad. I knew that. But my own darkness had me going mad. Mad in the sense of I can't love, I can't receive it. So letting go of the drama and toxic environments, because some of you guys are gonna, there's this tower, this wolf full moon is gonna reveal to you some toxic shit. And you're going to have to make a choice. And I just feel like there's some kind of conflict or drama that is being brought to you, and you're going to end the karmic cycle by releasing these people. But without the love, without resentment and anger, you're going to release them with love and prayer and forgiveness. I know why you bring this to me. I know why you're bringing your darkness to me, because you don't want to be in your darkness alone. I know why you're attacking me, because you're just trying to show me how in pain you are, and I can't help you. So you're going to have to do something again. You just do it from a different energy, and that is what brings the world the successful completion. That's how you end your karmic cycle. It's with the awareness and the consciousness, but you do the same thing. Some of you guys have been cutting toxic people off, but it was the energy you were in when you did it. Every time you cut somebody off, your heart got heavier and heavier, and you got colder and you got colder, because you were taking it personally. This time you're gonna be asked to do the same things. There's gonna be some toxic shit that comes up, and you're gonna be asked to release it, but it's with a different consciousness, and that ends the cycle. I bet you when you end this cycle from this high vibration, you won't go through this toxicity again, and I put my bottom dollar on it, because you will no longer be an energetic vibrational match to it. Remember, the people bringing you drama and chaos and pain and lashing out to you are wounded. And you relate to them because you're wounded too. You get it? Did you get it? Does it make sense? So now when you apply your healing and the love and forgiveness you have for yourself and the compassion you have for your own wounding to somebody else who's being just as toxic and fucking vile to you, meaning you can't lie. You can't lie that. That's an energy vibration. And I'm telling you, what helps is to not take it personally and understand what people's behavior is rooted in. Because if you do, you will not take it personally. You won't. And you're going to end a karmic cycle for good forever. Forever. Which is massive. Because some of these karmic cycles, you okay, TT? Go drink water. Some of these karmic cycles, and some of you guys were like, oh, the frankincense is what's making her cough. Thora has breast cancer that has spread to her lungs, okay? And I don't talk about it because it's a very sensitive topic for me, and I don't want people's advice. People have been telling me, go get the surgery, go get the chemo. No, I'm going to let my dog live out her days. My dog has been through enough. I've had her cut open by surgery twice in her life already. I'm going to leave her to live out her life. I'm not cutting her open again. Period. She's almost 10 years. In February, she'll be 10 years old. Okay? It's not the frankincense. I actually burn the frankincense to increase the air quality in the house. It actually helps with inflammation. I give her shilajit. Okay? I rub frankincense oil on her tumors. You understand? So don't act like you know what's going on. Don't be ignorant. If you want to ask, ask. And I will share it with you. But to assume you know, that's ridiculous. And it's ignorant. And this whole channel is about enlightenment. I see some of you guys could possibly be feeling guilty. Somebody could be trying to make you feel guilty for loving yourself, for pulling back your energy. So this full moon can actually initiate you into choosing yourself. Where in the past, when somebody guilt tripped you, you would go back into supporting them or loving them or making yourself available to them in a way that you've made yourself available to them in the past, but at the expense of your own respect of self, your own love of self, your own ambitions, that your own stability. For those of you that this is financial based. Okay, so some of you guys can end up doing like the reversal. It's like choosing yourself and loving yourself and not letting somebody guilt you back into the position they need you to be in, which can feel very cold. It can feel uncomfortable for you. But you're going to end a whole karmic cycle by doing that. Because that was what was the cycle was always trying to teach you to begin with. Here's the full moon right there. Shit. You see? You see what I'm trying to say about this heart chakra awakening? Those of you that have these really heavy hearts and you project your wounding onto all the people who've hurt you, and you don't acknowledge your own wounding and what you bear and how it has stopped you. This is the King of Swords with the Two of Swords. This is your heartbreak making it hard for you to identify real love. Hard for you to open up to real love. Many of you, the trials and tribulations and the heartbreak you experience got you to create boundaries. But what's the negative aspect of a boundary? It's a prison. Some of you took your heart and you encapsulated it, which is what the tower, this is what the tower is. This is the divine trying to breaking down the walls that you created that stop you from loving. And yeah, they stop you from getting your heart broken, but it stops from not just anything coming in, it stops from anything going out. And yeah, it's going to stop you from heartbreak, but it's going to stop you from receiving real love. Because this is people in the collective struggling to identify the difference between somebody who is going to ask you to love you, ask you to love them at the expense of you, and somebody who's going to ask you to love them in a reflection of them. They want you to love them like you love yourself. They're never going to ask you or put you in a position to not love yourself. They don't want you to give yourself to them. They want you to share yourself with them. And they want to share themselves with you. They want the love you offer to them to be a reflection of the love you give to yourself. But this is you guys struggling. I don't know if I should love this person. This is you in the karmic energy. Oh, would you look at that? Your heartbreak has you in the karmic energy. And even if you don't go and break this person's heart, this is you breaking your own heart because you don't know how to identify somebody who actually loves you for real. That's a shame. This is what this heavy heart will do, collective. Because I read for people that aren't out there hurting people and breaking people's hearts, but I read for people who are not allowing people to love them because they're afraid of being heartbroken. So yeah, you don't go and break people's hearts, but you're so afraid of your own heart being broken or hurting other people that you're not open to loving people or receiving the love of others. So that has you in a perpetual cycle of wanting somebody and wanting friends and wanting a lover, and over, it's always the same asks, not seeing how your heartbreak puts you around in the same cycle over and over. It either perpetuates your loneliness and your singlehood, or it perpetuates the karmic toxic relationships that you know all so well and have been with how many times? If that made sense. Love is the highest frequency. I also wanted to say something. I said something in the other reading, and I take it back. I made a mistake. Now, when I spoke about the vibrations of love, trust, and unconditional love, I stand behind that. Unconditional love is a reflection of love. Truth is a higher vibration than love, and then unconditional love is a higher vibration than both. But when I said that love without the truth is cheap, me referring to love being cheap was blasphemous, because I don't give a fuck, yo. I don't give a fuck. This much love, this is Mullen, this much love is so valuable in the godforsaken world that we live in. This much fucking love means something. It does. A mustard seed of faith. This is a mustard seed of love. Please don't swear. Guys, don't. Just stop it. If you don't, you have to censor yourself. Slavery is over. You are not in control of anybody else but yourself. If you don't like, if the swearing bothers you to a point where you can't receive the messages, this reading is not going to serve you. Neither will this channel. I am not a house nigga. I am not a slave. Okay? And you do not control me. I'm open to suggestions, but I'm not in open to the dictatorship, which is you people's privilege. Okay? Do you understand? I'm here bearing my motherfucking soul to you people. My motherfucking soul to you people. I'm here taking accountability for my messages. Many people do not. I'm here apologizing for telling you that love is cheap when the smallest grain of love means more than half of the shit that people value today. This grain of fucking love is worth more than your cars and your homes and your shoes and your Louis Vuitton, okay? It's more, it means more, it means more. You guys can't even afford to buy this. That's why God says love is priceless. You can't even afford, I don't care if you have hundreds and millions of dollars, your money's cheap. It can't even buy you a fucking fraction, not even the little bit of love. And people think money can buy love, but you people don't know how to identify what real love is. Even the smallest grain of it. Yes, we're trying to achieve unconditional love, but love is valuable. Any form of it. Okay? When I locked up Origin. More precious than silver and gold, you done know. It's going so fast. Yeah, people say that bumbaclot is a swear word. That is a libation that exudes power. Do you understand? There's a lot of people who don't swear, but they curse people with their negative hopes and dreams for them, wanting them to suffer, wanting bad shit to happen to them, but they never swear a curse word. The fuck? The lies people tell. You guys are worried about curse words. What about the lies you fucking people tell that bring destruction and dark energy to innocent people? That bring confusion and all kinds of shit. Lies are the real curse words. Lies. One little lie can fester into the biggest fucking darkness. And you guys are worried about me cursing, and I'm out here telling you the truth and being accountable. Guys don't even know what real fucking love is, dog. Anyways, yo, Angel Gang does. Sorry, Angel Gang, I ain't gonna do that to you and lump you up. You guys know what real love is. You guys showed me what real love was before I even knew what the fuck it was from time. Let's start with that. The fuck. Then we got the Nine of Cups. The Seven of Wands. You see, this is the Seven of Wands. Guys, you need to have boundaries. But ask yourself, has your boundaries created a prison? Because you don't want to trap out wish fulfillment. You don't want to trap out the love of your life, true love. You don't want to trap out a sincere, honest. This is sincerity and honesty and the collective struggling to understand that, to believe it. And it's your own wounding and heartbreak making it hard for you to identify. But there are beautiful things coming into you, collective, but it's just not going to feel that way. Not at first. Because you're going to struggle to identify it. And it's your own wounding and your own pain. And the fortress that you created around your own heart that's going to make it hard to identify. Thank you. I'm not cursing. I'm using expressive language and it's passion. Thank you for identifying my passion and receiving it, because I am very passionate and I can be very intense. And when I communicate, you're not just going to hear me, you're going to feel me. And I'm always going to be like that. I don't care if I'm communicating sadness, anger, pain, love. You're going to feel it. And if anything makes me the Queen of Cups, it's that. You're going to feel it and know it's fucking real. Really what? I don't know, but it's real. Okay, we're gonna pull one from the alchemy deck and one from the Citadel. Thank you, Zuri. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Thank you to everyone who's liked the video. Everybody who positively engages in this channel, gives it a chance, sees the value in my work. You guys keep me going, you know. Enough times I considered stopping this work because I didn't see purpose, and then you guys will call me, or you'll write a comment, or sometimes I can't even respond to your comments because they make me cry and emotional, you know. And I just come off. And I sit there, you know. So if I never replied to your comment and I read it, I apologize. If I never read your comment, just know somebody did, and you're appreciated same way. Okay? I haven't been really active, so for those of you that have reached out and commented and shit, I needed some space from the social media, and I just was in some hermit mode, just processing what I'm learning right now, you know. Thank you, Suzanne. Like I said, thank you to everybody who has liked the video and donated. Oh, I love you too, Suzanne. We're definitely a soul tribe. I'm so proud of our collective and the work we do here and how much we've grown. Thank you, Tamika. That's my oldest sister's name. Good morning, Han. Good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you're at. I love how you guys thank people who donate. That always touches me. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate you. Been walking with you since 2019. Jeez! Gang runs deep, family. Just a little something to show my appreciation. Thank you, Mama. That's my partner's name. Haha, I love that. Shout out to all the masculines. You know, I know this started off a lot of feminines, but I appreciate the balance, the co-ed situation we have here. You know, I love you guys. Been with you since 2020. Hey, you making me cry. You're just amazing. You're amazing. Thank you, Judy. I can't cry, but I don't think I have enough fucking tears in my tear ducts. They're dried out, yo. Look at everybody hailing up how long they've been here, and even if you just came on this year, just know you're still a positive contributor to this platform. You're in alignment. This platform's yours. I don't care if you fucking came a month ago. If you resonated and this channel's for you, and sometimes you're not always going to resonate, but just know if you need a safe space, you come here. Okay? You come here. All right? All right, let's get one of these oracles. You're feeling alone? Angel Gang got you. From 2016. I don't think I was doing tarot at 2016. We howling tomorrow. Awoo, 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 awoo. Jeez. I love feeling ascension. From Circa. Oh, you guys always put a smile on my face. Love you too, Letra. We are absolutely family. You done know. Angel Gang Gang. Can we get one? How are we going to close the message? Against nature. We're going to read this. Somehow I feel like this is very in alignment. Against nature. And for some of you, your heartbreak, thank you, Queen. Your heartbreak and wounding puts you against nature. It puts you out of the flow of nature. Some of you guys, I'm not talking about your boundaries because your whole karmic cycle taught you to love yourself enough to have them. But the fortress that you created around yourself out of fear of ever being hurt again, it puts you out of the natural flow. So now things can't come into you. You can't release things that are needed to be released. Now I'm hearing that song. I got a icebox where my heart used to be. Don't worry, God will sort that out for you. All you have to do is ask. I asked, and within 1 week, God cracked me open. It's so powerful. The divine's so powerful, you know. It reminds you that your creator created you. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to fix it, but God, boom, said that'll get you in there. Now that you're willing to get in there, that'll get you in there. Oh, and I'm in here. All right. Okay. Willfulness to force or control. On some level, we all know when we are going against nature, we recognize it. We recognize it in feelings of impatience and agitation that arise when trying to force certain outcomes. The Contra Naturam card arrives to remind the alchemist they cannot control the uncontrollable. Nature has its way, enveloping us in a wild narrative that we can collaborate in but not dictate. Not dictate. Okay, I'm sorry. No matter our efforts to manage every aspect of our lives, the mess ensues. Spring is soggy. The lotus requires mud. People do what they want. This card heeds a warning not to fight the flow of Mother Nature or of destiny. Once we loosen the grip of what we think life should look like, a whole new realm of possibilities awakens. That is the moral of this full moon. There's a whole new realm. You didn't dictate to the universe what your healing and ascension journey and how it was going to play out. You just put your intentions out there and you trust the universe in the path that it was going to bring you. That's very different than the path that you were on, collective, because the world is represented, that one of the most powerful major arcana other than the Tower in Aquarius season, the successful completion of a cycle. So there's a new path, and really surrendering. You will not go on the new path if you are trying to control it. The need for control will get you too afraid. It'll get you to reject it. Well, I can't control that, and I can't control that, so that's not good. When you don't need to control it, you don't. Now is the time to be radically open to what nature has in store for you. And I know that the universe has some new experiences in store for you, fam. And it might be scary because it's out of your control, but you're gonna gain your footing, and you're gonna flow. It's like a bird. The bird isn't controlling the wind. The bird uses the wind and flows with it and glides on it. A fish doesn't control the water. It moves and it swims and it glides with the current and uses the current as a way to propel it. Even when a salmon swims upstream. Think of this card as trying to force a square peg into a round hole. Okay, that's a better analogy. There's likely a solution waiting for you to see it. Shake things up, dance, tell a joke, take a break. Yeah, and I know, and I feel that energy because it's just been really intense for me personally the last couple of days. Be mindful if this card appears with the Saturn or the Iron card. All three indicate an overarching structure that may need revisioning, an overarching structure. So yeah, some of you guys that are not in flow with nature and are trying to force an outcome are going to experience a tower. This is the universe showing you. This is the universe almost forcing liberation and freedom on you, because the universe knows you want to be free and liberated, but the way your narrative is set and the way you are living and how you're choosing to maintain control is actually doing the opposite for you. Some of you guys are trying to maintain control as a way of ensuring your safety and your freedom, and it's actually the opposite. It's actually restricting you. So how are you going to want liberation and freedom, but you're trying to control everything? The control is an opposite energy vibration of the freedom that it is that you seek. You understand? And your need for control is just going to be mirrored back to you. So you're going to understand the need for people to control you because you have a need to control others. You see what I'm saying? How you'll end up an energetic vibrational match to that oppression? Okay, and then let's pull from the Citadel and we'll wrap. We're already at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Hey guys. You're not spamming the chat. Good evening. We're all going through it, so be happy you came. Aw, thank you. I'm happy. Oh, somebody's spamming the chat. It's all right. They could be spamming it with worse things. Oh, I see. Sorry, I hope I didn't remove anybody by accident. I'm trying to just get rid of the spam. Doesn't come in very often, but that should clear it up. Wait. Okay. I got it, you see? Said duet is hidden now. I felt the Most High come to me last night. I've been having a lot of weird dreams. Hard to stay in a high vibe. I know, it's okay, you got this. Spam is gone. Awesome, they out. You guys are funny. Alright, let's see. Let's wrap up the reading with an oracle. Let's see. What is this full moon? How's this full moon going to impact the collective? The enchanter. Deception and trickery. And this is this dark energy, okay? And let's see. Oh no, this isn't the right book. There. The enchanter, a flash of flame, worlds of green smoke, and a flock of doves that appear from nowhere. The audience applauds. The enchanter takes a bow. They know how to entrance and entertain, and with a century of arcane learning behind them, they never put a foot wrong. But it is truly magic. Is it truly magic, or is it all smoke and mirrors? You may be in a situation where you've been forced to deceive another, and whether it was intentional or not, you run the risk of being caught. Remember what I told you real swear words is? It's the lies people tell, and we tell ourselves and we tell others. And it also puts you in an energetic vibrational match to be covered, like I said in the Quran. When you lie, in the Quran it says when you lie, the karma, the punishment for lying is to be trapped in illusions. You understand? So the more honest you are, the easier it is for you to be able to discern, because you have the truth in you that creates a contrast to the lies around you. But if you are lying to yourself and others, it makes it very hard for you to be able to tell when other people are lying to you. Do you understand? You can back away hoping that it will be forgotten or resolve itself in time, but you run the danger of it spiraling out of control. Or you can own up and take responsibility for your own actions. The decision is yours. In the reverse, the enchanter reverse addresses the repairing of relationships after a deception comes to light. You or someone you know may have had the truth of their deception, their deceit revealed, willingly or not, losing them the trust of others. Now is the chance to work together to reach a state of reconciliation. And I feel like that came in a bit at the beginning of the reading. Like I said, collective, if you guys want an extended and you want a more like specific breakdown of some of the things that could occur in the actual 3D surrounding this full moon, you guys can go on Patreon/Queen Cup. But I feel like some of you guys could be caught off guard and this reconciliation could come in. What if somebody is very honest to you about the deception and explain to you why? Remember what I told you, when somebody lies, it's because they're afraid. They're not facing their own truths. They live in illusion. They live in darkness and they're afraid. You understand? So what if somebody comes and they acknowledge that to you and says, I was afraid? Are you going to close your heart off and say no? Be mindful. Just be mindful of that. Don't push away opportunities for healing, especially when people are being open and honest about their deceit, about their mistakes. Don't kick somebody when they're down. You don't get good energy from that. It's one thing if somebody wants to lie and deceive you and they want to gaslight you and tell you, well, I'm not lying and I was telling the truth and all this shit. Fuck them. Not fuck them, but just allow them, man. You can't work with them. You know you can't work with them. So just leave them to their own deceit and their own illusion that they will live in. When you lie, you create your own world of darkness. And you become an energetic vibrational match to people who are willing to lie about more serious things than you are. That's why people who are liars always get deceived in some of the worst fucking ways. Forget heartbreak, dog. Forget some little lies that never ended up ruining your abundance or sabotaging anything for you. You were able to move on. Liars end up getting lied to in ways that can't allow them to move on. They're stuck. You understand? Like there's levels to the shit. So if somebody comes to you wanting to reconcile, even if you don't want to deal with them again, even if you're not going to put yourself in a position to trust them, be open and appreciate somebody's courage in admitting the truth. That person is trying to ascend. They're trying to bring light into their world because the God is going. If you are in the darkness and are struggling and you're surrounded by deceitful people, God's going to trigger you to be honest. And for some of you, this could be you or this could be somebody else coming to you with the truth because they're seeking the light. Do you understand? And that's beautiful. That's important. We need that. We need more light. We need as much fucking light as possible. There are people who will never tell the truth for the lies they told. They will take that shit to the fucking grave. And I bet you they will live in that darkness to the grave. Remember, I tell you that. They will live in that darkness to the absolute grave. Okay? So be open to the healing that God is going to try to bring in through people expressing their feelings, people sharing their truths. For some of you, these people never lied to you, you know, but you can meet somebody new. For some of you, it's your lover, a new lover, and they are being honest to you about some things that could really make you uncomfortable. They are choosing to love you with the truth. They want unconditional love. They want to be loved unconditionally. Don't try not to judge them. Try to see the love that they are trying to offer to you with the truth. Because maybe in the past they lied to everybody about this shit. See how people try to love you with the truth, even if the truth is about when they lied. Okay? This was one of the hardest readings I've ever had to do because of the energy I'm in. God, please put something warm on the cold hearts of the people in the collective. And I know they're not cold-hearted. I know they have these hot, huge, pumping hearts in their chest, but the frost that surrounds it, the ice box that some of the hearts in our collective are encapsulated in, please give me, the collective, the freedom and the liberation to love in all the ways you created us to love. Just like you taught us to protect ourselves in all the ways you protect us, and honor ourselves in all the ways you honor us. You've taught us so much. We love this school. We'll never leave school. Thank you, Saturn. Thank you, Mercury. Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, ancestors and angels, even the fallen ones, for always telling us the truth, even when we couldn't be honest to ourselves and others. I love you, collective, and until the next time I see you, beautiful people, please continue, not just let all the beautiful parts of your soul live, but in the times we're in, your hearts. You guys are brave. And don't worry, you won't love at the expense of yourself. You learn not to. But the world needs your love, man. There's so much fucking darkness taking the lives of our brothers and sisters. Till next time.